So far in our Jen's Kitchen website, we've added a couple of links. I'm in my GitHub page. I'll open Jen's Kitchen folder. We worked inside index and about. Let me click open the website. This is the last change that we made. I'll reload. We added a link inside of the about page to go back to the home page, just like we had added a new link that would take us to the about page. Now, in the next assignment, we're going to be adding links that go to different folders. Jen's Kitchen holds all the files. That's clearly stated in our GitHub directory. We have just three. This readme.md for our purposes can go away. I will delete it at some point. Let me show you actually right now how to get rid of the readme.md. I'll click on it. It's blank. It doesn't have anything, but it already served its purpose. I will click on the trash can at the end and tell it to commit the changes. So now that file that served us well is out of the way, and now we have only the files that we're using for the exercise. We've already made some changes, like I said, to index and about, and now we're going to be adding some more navigation. We want to add a link that takes us from the index page to another website that is not in the same directory. So it's not going to be a straight shot. It's going to have to follow a path. It's going to have to go through the folder name. In this case, we want to have a link that opens salmon.html, and it's going to have to follow the path of recipes. Now notice recipes is directly linked to Jen's Kitchen, but we're talking about something that's here on the side. So don't get too confused about this. It's actually still a straight shot. The way that our directories are set up, they already have the paths listed for us. So if we want to go and look into where we're going, recipes, notice how the path is changing. We have Jen's Kitchen / recipes / salmon.html is where we eventually want to end. And we're going to be following a path very similar to this when we link it. If you follow the sample instructions on your page 118, I'll open up the link that where we want to put it. We want to end up in salmon.html, but we want to start in index. I'll click the index.html file, and I will click on the pencil to edit the file. I'll scroll down the code, and I'll open up Jen's Kitchen just to sort of give me a visual guidance here. We want this garlic salmon to become a link. So we're going to have to find the unordered list that has garlic salmon text. And very similar to what we've done before, we're going to be adding an href to it. Here's garlic salmon right there. We want to then tell it to add an href so that it takes us from index through recipes into salmon. So I'll find the link again. Here it is, garlic salmon, or it's not a link yet. We're going to make it a link. With my cursor right before the letter G, I will then follow what the sample tells me to do, which is to open up an angle bracket, insert the anchor code A, href, =, double quotes, and we're going to the salmon.html, but that's inside recipes. And when we've created folders on GitHub, you've heard me say that when I'm creating a new folder, is that there's a file. We think about the file first, but it's inside of a folder. So the folder in the order should come first. The folder is called recipes, and slash says that now we're going to go inside of that folder and look at a file called salmon.html. We're going to close the quotes and close the angle brackets, and we can complete the link by saying at the end of the word salmon, open up an angle bracket and /a to say that's the end of the anchor. You'll also maybe have noticed that GitHub tends to move text around. All of this space is ignored by the browser, so at some point I might want to go and make it look different, make it look better for me. It doesn't really matter if it's out of alignment. What's important though is that we have now a link that will take us to the garlic salmon recipe straight from the index. I will commit these changes and wait a few seconds, up to a minute, and see what it looks like when it loads. Hopefully it won't take too long. Let me reload this, and here's my link. It's garlic salmon. I hover on top of it. Notice at the bottom left corner of the screen it's saying that it's going to take us to this long link, imet1416.github.io, your username.github.io / the name of the folder / recipe / salmon.html. Now we didn't type that, but by adding the code that we did, the browser then assumes that that's where you want to go, and that is exactly what we wanted to do. So I just clicked on it to take me to the garlic salmon page, and here we are. Here's the recipe for the salmon. There is text that's already been typed in to bring us back to the home page, and we'll be dealing with that at some point. But in the meantime, for your assignment, make sure that you follow the directions on page 118 and open up the code for your index page, and add a link, a relative link like we did for recipes, that will take you to Tapenade. When you're done, your Jane's Kitchen then should have at least 2 links that take you to different recipes, one for salmon, the other one for Tapenade. When you're done with the assignment, this is the URL that you need to turn in. It's going to be the link to index.html inside of Jen's Kitchen, and you should have the garlic and the Tapenade links already set up. I'll see you in the next video.